We do have another question about tartan design. This is from Lewis. He's been using the designer on the website.
Hope it's helpful.
He's saying, so how would I know what part of the design would show on the apron, as in how many times the pattern would show on the apron? So how many times it would repeat?
You don't. That's a simple answer. It depends on the size of your body, as well as the size of the repeat, as well as which stripe or pivot, as it were, is centered on the apron, or in case it's asymmetrical, which stripe is on the center of the apron. So basically, the front apron of a kilt should be half of your waist size. If your waist is 40, the front apron of the kilt should be about 20. So if your set size is, just for easy math, well, no, let's not make it easy math. If your set size is 8 and you have a 20-inch front apron, you're going to have one of the stripes right in the middle, and then 8 inches that way and 8 inches that way, you're going to have another stripe. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3 across, and 8 plus 8 is 16. So 16 falls within the 20 inches. You'll have 3 stripes on the front apron. If you have a smaller set size, you'll have more repeats. If you have a bigger set size, you may have less.
Okay.
Or you will have less.
So don't worry too much about it, because you don't know.
That's kind of the kilt maker's job.
I was about to say, that gets into the purview of whoever is actually sewing the kilt.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're going to be the one wearing it. And so if the customer has a very specific vision for what they want, or there is a lot of old photos where it's, my preference is always a stripe, center apron. That's your gig line. It's straight down the center. It's easier for the person to line up their belt buckle, line up their sporran, line up the buttons on the shirt, straight down in line with that main stripe on the front apron. Now, there's a precedent for the opposite. If you think of like Royal Stewart, where it's the one pivot is a white stripe, the other pivot, by the way, is the place where a tartan, it becomes a mirror image of itself. So if you put a mirror on the pivot, it looks the same right and left. So in Royal Stewart, you have a white pivot, and then you have a red field as the other pivot. So there would be some people who would want the red field dead center. That way you have like stripes going down effectively the front of your thighs versus the center of the kilt. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you get a railroad track effect sometimes going down the center of the apron as opposed to a single gig line.
Yes. The reason why that is to some degree preferable to some people is because your sporran is going to cover up a good amount of the center front of the kilt.
I agree.
So like for this kilt, you'll actually notice that it's a red and a yellow stripe that I have on here. The red stripes, while they're only probably 5 inches apart from the yellow, they will show up on the right and left side of my sporran, where the yellow stripe is 80% of it's covered by the sporran. Very good. Hope that helps.